Jeremy Hodge has published a project on OpenNTF called mypic. mypic is an avatar and profile service similar to Gravatar. End users can define their profiles once and also upload pictures once and then refer to these pictures and profile information from different applications. So here's a quick demo. I've already logged in and I've already uploaded one picture, and I want to show now how I can add another one. So I can choose whether I want to upload a picture from my computer, the internet, or whether I want to take one using my webcam. So for now I go to internet, and here I can choose between Twitter, Facebook, WebURL. Now I think that functionality hasn't been implemented yet, but I hope that it will come soon. The other option here was to take a photo with a webcam, so I need to allow that, and here's my webcam. And again, that functionality hasn't been implemented yet, but hopefully soon. The only option that currently works is this one here on my computer. So I can now browse to a picture, let's say this one, next, and now I can crop this picture. So I can move this around here, and you can see directly the change here in the right column in all of these different resolutions. So after I've done that, I can say finish, and my picture shows up here now. So now I can actually choose which one I want to use as my profile picture in all the applications that access it. In order to access it, applications need to call this URL here. It includes a link to my database, then the API-X page, then it includes at the end here the format, which can be PNG, JPEG, and so forth. And you can also change the size here. And the most important thing obviously is the ID to identify the right picture. Now this ID is an MD5 hash of your node's canonical name, and this is also described here on the API page. So these are the parameters. Again, as I said, that's the MD5 and then the size and format. And in order to use that in your code, there is a convenience Java class provided, which is basically, you can register that as managed bean, and it has basically a method encode so that you do the MD5, so that you can do the MD5 encoding easily. Now there's also the a custom control, or a control called profile card, which I display here. So, and by the way, now that I have a different picture, the new one is displayed here, and when I go back to my profile page and select the old one, and then I go back in my application, you can see the picture changes without having to touch my application code. And one thing I forgot to mention, in addition to the picture, you can also define profile information right here. So I only filled out here my job title and company name, and this is what is displayed now in this business card. Now in order to use this business card, there is a control that you can embed in your own database. And this is not a custom control. The control is called, here, this one, mypic, right? But you won't find it here under custom controls. You will find it here in the palette, because it has been implemented using Java, and in order to deploy that, you need to put the jar file in your database, and then you can use it, and it shows up here in the palette. Now in this custom control, you can then define these parameters here: the format, image name, size, and so forth. The user ID again is the same hash code, which in this case is stored in the view scope. In addition to that, you can also fully customize the business card and access other profile information. And let me show how this works. At the top here, you can see how to use a standard Domino document data source. And in order to access the right document, a nice technique is used here, which is that the hash, the MD5, is at the same time the document unique ID of the document you want to access. So you don't have to search the document in a view, you just access it directly based on the encoded canonical name of your user. And once you have done that, you can assign the variable name, mypic, And then down here under the mypic control, you can now access all profile information very easily just via mypic.job title, company name, internet address, and so forth.